So now today we're going to talk about the press. I don't know how many times per day I'm lifting to reach something, or I'm trying to do something over my head. It's very, very important that we learn how to press properly and know where our hands and where the weight needs to be to allow the mechanics of the shoulder to not be injured. I don't know how many people that shoulder surgeries and just hurt shoulders because we're doing these movements incorrect. And so we're going to kind of walk you through how to do the press properly, so that way you can do this 28-day challenge and rock it out. So the first, we're going to come over here to the beginner version, and regardless of whether or not you got a knee replacement, or maybe you've had a shoulder surgery, or if you can see with Heather, she's got a baby on the way. We can do these exercises for everybody. And so a few points that I want to talk about first is that everything goes back to the squat, right? So the position that we were in. So our heels are driven into the ground, feet shoulder width apart. We're going to pull that rib cage down. And in this position, it's very important to have your butt squeezed and your rib cage down, so that way you don't get this kind of big arch in your back, because when you start to press, you're going to start to feel some pain there. So Heather's going to go ahead and bring the weights up. We never want to bring the weights like this, okay? I see a lot of people in the gym bringing the weights like that. What that does is that puts a lot of extra added stress onto the shoulder, and it actually takes the shoulder out of external rotation, right? External rotation is where people get most power from. So we're always going to be pressing from this position when we have a dumbbell or a kettlebell until we're able to get to the barbell, which is where Jonathan's going to be. So Heather's going to drive through her heels, right? We're going to do a push press. She's going to tighten her belly, squeeze her butt. She's going to dip slightly and then push through. And you can see, go back down. She's going to push, and that head's going to come through slightly, and you should be able to see her ears in the front, and then back down. And then she's going to reset and go again, push all the way through. You can see where her arms are fully locked out, right? I don't want to see any of the half range of motion, because we can cause some injury there. Awesome, thank you. And then we're going to come over here to Andy. Andy, you can see he's got kettlebells. The reason why we did this for the intermediate version is because the kettlebell actually adds a little bit of stability and proprioception, which is fuel for the brain with these kettlebells. And so the same thing that Heather was doing, feet's going to be shoulder width apart. We're going to drive those heels in the ground, squeeze our butt cheeks, pull our rib cage down. He's going to dip, drive through, and head comes through. Go ahead and look, go to the side so that they can see where that head's going. So Andy's really mobile and flexible. Come back up, full lockout, and then back down. And reset and push and go, and then back down. Awesome. The next version is going to be the advanced version. So I'm actually going to break down the press, the push press, and also the push jerk. So if you're an advanced level and you really want to go hard and get that metabolic response and do the movement correctly, you have to learn how to push jerk, because if the weight gets heavy, you can't press heavy weight. So Jonathan's going to bring the weight up, and what he's going to do is, you can see he's got that bar in the front rack position. And the reason why that's important is because that's going to allow that bar to stay as close to my body as possible. If it's down here like this, the bar is going to go around, and that's where I'm going to get shoulder issues. So he's got the bar nice and upright. He's going to lock that rib cage down, drive through his heels, and all he's going to do is a press here. So you're going to see Jonathan press straight up without any dip whatsoever. And let's go one more. Press and back down. And the next one's going to be a push jerk. So he's actually going to get a little bit of a dip in his knees and then drive through. And then drive. And then one more, and drive. The next one is actually going to be a push jerk. So you're going to see him accelerate the bar up and then catch and come up. This is where you're going to get a little bit heavier in the weight. Push. There we go. And one more. Good. Now, Jonathan, do like about 5 push jerks in a row, just to get people the intensity. 1, stand all the way up. Stand all the way up. There we go. Good. One more. Good. Awesome. So that's the push jerk, and that's the progression of how to get there. So regardless of whether or not you've had a baby, or you want to get some extra proprioception in the shoulders and some stability, or if you're a world-class athlete, that's the progression for the push press and the push jerk. Thank you.